All right. So for today, we're doing 4.3 in the Red Book. It is graphing horizontal and vertical lines. This is a relatively easy section. It's one of those sections where you're going to do it. It's going to be super easy, but when I show it to you, or when I give you a problem like this during the test, you're going to kind of overthink it and forget about it. So let's just focus on it now. Get through this day. It'll be relatively painless. Yesterday we were plotting some points and graphing lines that were kind of diagonal and whatnot. This is going to be equations that are either horizontal and vertical in nature. So we're starting on this page 4.3 Red Book and graphing horizontal and vertical lines. You should have these notes out in front of you. Horizontal lines are obviously lines that run left and right. Vertical lines are lines that are running up and down. The algebraic version of a horizontal line is always going to be y equals a number. And then vertical lines are always going to be x equals some kind of number. So in this particular case, every value of y in your ordered pair, so here's our ordered pair x and y, we talked about that the other day. Every ordered pair is going to be the same for y, and it will be a horizontal line. So in this particular example, we have y equals 4. So every ordered pair here, your x obviously changes, but your y's always remain 4. So if I'm going to graph over here y equals -2, on the y axis we're going to go to -2. 1, 2, so there's -2. You are going to draw a horizontal line through that so that every solution that is on that line would equal -2 for y. Part of the homework, and I'll go over this on the next page, will be you'll get an equation like this. It'll say y equals -2, and it'll ask you to write 3 ordered pairs that are solutions to -2. If we do that, you can make up any number you want. Just make sure that your y value is -2. So I could say 1. As long as this is -2, we're all good. I can say 24, -2. I could say -18, -2. These are all solutions to this graph because -2 is always y. Alright, vertical lines here for the x value. So anytime we have x equals a number, so this a is just a variable, means it could be any number, you are going to plot whatever that is on the x-axis and then draw a vertical line through it. So here we have an example of x equals -3. So we went to -3, you would put a dot there and you would just draw a horizontal line through it. So over here, go ahead, take a moment to graph that. Pause it if you need to, or pause the video. You would go to 1, 2, put a dot on the x-axis, and then draw a vertical line through that. Similar to over here in the y, like if we're going to write 3 ordered pairs that are solution, and there's a million, I mean there's an infinite amount of solutions. In this case, you would have to make sure that your x value is always 2. So I could say 2, 20. I mean, you can just make up a number for y, it doesn't matter. All those are solutions to the graph of x equals 2. Alright, so another part of the assignment would be to actually write the equation of a line. So here's 2 graphs. One we have a vertical line, one we have a horizontal line. And then going back to your notes, you can see vertical lines are always going to be x equals something. Horizontal lines are always going to be y equals something. So it's always going to be y equals a number. Alright, so we'll start with this vertical line. We know it's vertical, so it's going to be x equals a number. So we have x equals. Then we just have to figure out where on the number line what value for x it's going through. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So x equals 7 would be our solution, or would be our equation for that line. Over here, we have a horizontal line, so it's not going to be x equals, it's going to be y equals, and then we have to figure out the number. So starting at the origin, I go 1, 2, I'm going down 2, so that's -2. So that would be our equation for that line. Alright, moving on. I'm going to go to this page. This is not in your notes, but if you want to jot these down, these are going to be two sample questions that you're going to have in part of the assignment. And again, this assignment's not going to be too bad. It shouldn't take you too long. Is the order pair a solution to the equation? So you're going to see they're going to give you an equation like this: y equals -4 or x equals 7. And let's say this order pair goes with this. You have to determine whether it is a solution. So the way that you do that, if y equals -4, remember that this is my x and this is my y. If they match up, you can see that y equals -4. So this would be yes, it is a solution. All right. Over here, with the x equals 7, you have to make sure that the x in the ordered pair would equal 7 for it to be a solution. Here the y equals 7, but the x equals 3, so this would be a no. That is not a solution. Another one that you're going to see, and we kind of touched on this on the previous page, find 3 ordered pairs that are solutions to the equation. So if we have x equals 4, you come up with 3 ordered pairs, and you can make them up on your own. But as long as your x equals 4 in each one of them, doesn't matter what your second number is. Same with here. If y equals 10, your 3 ordered pairs all have to have y be the 10. So 10, 10, 10, and then you can make up numbers. You can say 0, -2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Doesn't matter there. All I'm looking for is that you understand that the y has to be 10, or that the x has to be 10 in this one, and that you know that the x comes first and the y comes second. So that's pretty much it. Like I said, it was probably, it's a pretty easy concept, one that hopefully you guys are picking up on. There will be more to the assignment, just some other practice with solving for equations, just because this actual assignment for this concept shouldn't take you too long to practice and do. So, all right, till next time.